Welcome to the Blessed Teach Show. This is Rick, your host. I am here live with Gene, and we are about ready to get again to the next 25 plus attempts, an updated Gene Decode. I'll introduce him in a second. I've got him on mute right now as we are just going to introduce this and get a sponsor out of the way, as well as tell you some exciting things that are going on. So right now we have a ton of people on already here on Friday, November 29th. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving yesterday. I meant to get a message out to everybody, and I was just completely cratered. But I want to say thank you so much. I am so thankful for every one of my subscribers, for every one of my backstagers, for every one of the, obviously, the people that are doing the Patreons and the PayPal. I mean, it's such a blessing. And for those of you in the Cultural Impact System as well. By the way, I did send out an email out asking people for feedback on the Cultural Impact System that were on the email list. And I'm getting fabulous feedback, over 300 requests, and I've only gone through 116 of them. So it's going to take me a while to get back. I'm trying to get through all this weekend. I'm not sure if I can. It's taking me hours, but I just want to read every single email and understand, and I really appreciate your guys' feedback on that. So again, appreciate it too. I'm just so thankful for you all. And thankful for Gene as well for the beautiful decode he's doing. Thankful for Mark Taylor and SB2 and all the other anons out there doing awesome work. It's just so incredible. I just feel privileged to be able to just serve you guys with just bringing you news. So let's get into that. We got Cosensi's on right now. He was first, and got a bunch of other monitors as well. I guess we don't. I guess Cosensi is the monitor right now. And then we have I'm sure a couple people from Columbus and Washington State and Bremerton, Washington. I got from Washington State, Delaware. We got, where else are you guys from? Mississippi, MISS, ISS, IPPI. Yes, I love it. Missouri, Kincaid. Thank you so much for you guys all being on from all over the place, Arizona, Florida, etc. We're going to get into the update. So I think we ended up with 18 last time, and it's now 25 plus. But before we get to that, I want to show you this really cool sponsor. They are Patriot Cups, and it's a great Christmas idea, by the way. So what you'll do is you'll just go in here and you'll type in Patriot Cups with an S, right, .com, and you will get the coolest looking tumblers you've ever seen. It's the Trump-Pence 2020 Tumbler Bundle. And this is, again, a Black Friday. Own your own piece of American history today with the Trump-Pence 2020 limited edition Patriot Cup set before they sell out. This 3-piece set is not sold in stores and handmade right here in the USA. With the 3-piece set, you get a limited edition Donald Trump tumbler with signature, a Mike Pence limited edition tumbler with signature, and a Trump-Pence 2020 tumbler with signature. The tumbler cups contain a narrow mouth opening that is perfect to fit in the drink holders without spilling, a narrow bottom that fits in any cup holders. Stainless steel with a powder coat finish. I messed it up. I guess it's got the narrow mouth opening that's perfect to drink from. And again, provides a vacuum sealed lid, insulated cold drinks for the 24 hours and hot drinks for 12 hours. Their double wall feature eliminates condensation and retains temperature. These cups are 30 ounces, so there's plenty of liquid space. If you buy today for a limited time edition Black Friday sale, you can receive 20% off by using my promo code BLESSED20. Blessed20. Look at these puppies. They are huge. This is the Trump-Pence one. Here is the Donald Trump one by itself, right? And then you have the blue one, which is the I think this is the Pence one. Pretty cool, huh? So get your tumblers now at patriotcups.com. That's patriotcups.com. And use promotion code BLESSED20 for 20% off. All right, let's get into this updated decode that Gene and I have been really digging into. Gene did obviously 95% of the work, but I'm just getting into the right format, helping get more evidence, etc. So, and pulling things together, and it's just been really fun working with the Gene on this. But again, he did 95% of this work. I want to make sure you guys know that. Let me unmute him and bring Gene on. Gene, how are you?
I am doing well, sir. God bless you and everyone here.
Yeah.
Hope you all had a blessed Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Thanks. And it's just awesome. And now we can actually say Merry Christmas. We can actually say that without being attacked, right? It's part of our culture. Something that we can say proudly now.
Yes, indeed. Thank God for Trump.
Yeah, exactly. So here we have a Decode, and remember it said 18, I think, last time, and then you sent me another one that said 27, and we had a couple dupes and missing ones, etc. But once we reconciled it all came out. It looks like I think it's 26 now. Isn't that what we came out with? But there's also a bunch of other things as well. But that's why I just put 25 plus here. And again, these are potential attempts on Trump's life. I really think there's a lot of evidence to show that almost all of these are 100% accurate, and a ton of evidence around it. Q alludes to them, etc. And if you want to actually go through those 18, we're not going to repeat those, right? So that would be the last video, the last live video. It was right before Thanksgiving. I think it was Tuesday night. The last live video that I did here on this channel was Tuesday night, and that was the 15 plus attempts on Trump's life. This is the 25 plus attempts on Trump's life. Anything you want to add to the new counts?
Yes, Rick. I think we did backstage Tuesday and front stage Wednesday. Is that correct, or am I reversed?
I think I know Wednesday I was on 5x5 Network.
Oh yeah.
So
you're right.
I can't remember if we did.
It was Monday, Tuesday. You're right.
Yeah. And so, but we may have done. I think we may have done two things in the same day, a backstage, but I can't remember.
I've been so busy. I'm kind of crazy with it too. So
yeah.
I want to let everybody know again that if you can't like I talked to a person that was very upset that you have to pay for the backstage to get some of this information, and attacked pretty heavily. And I can understand how he felt, because after talking to him a bit through my Gmail, he's living in a shed in Australia.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't have work, and so I've lived in my car with no job too. I know how hard that can be when I had to scrounge for just to eat. So like I told everybody in every show, feel free to contact me at colosensei64@gmail.com, and I'll send you all of my research throughout my entire lives up till now, especially since 1990 and my red pilling, and that's essentially at least 30 hours per week.
You mind if I put that on the screen right now?
Absolutely, Rick. Please do so.
There it is. Sensei64.
Yeah, that's one. You can contact me there. You can also contact me. I usually respond better to Colo Sensei, COLOSENSEI64@yahoo.com. And I use co-sensei. Co means with, like a co-sponsor means they're with sponsoring. Sensei in Japanese means teacher. And that's why I use that. I'm a teacher that works with you instead of most college teachers. And that's what I was telling the man, that, you pay to go to college and get and put yourself in debt for life with student loans, and you get a master's degree or a bachelor's degree or a PhD, in which all it does is really give you one slot anything in, that you can get a job and work like a dog for the rest of your life. And this is information over 30,000 hours of my research. And then, many other people now that are contacting me, I'm getting amazing information that I'm adding to my memory base really quick now, and research, thanks to Mick and all these other people, SWAT team leaders, special forces, tons of people I'm contacting. And, I love talking to you and communicating, and thanks for contacting me. It's awesome. So love you all, and thank you. And on the last show, when I said Trump,
oh, here I found it. I'm sorry about that. I was just trying to find your Colo one so I can put it on the screen as well.
When I said that Trump saved humanity, Christ saves you. Through Christ, you're saved and lifted up. Your body, this body, isn't saved. You have a new body after you're lifted up. That's the one Christ saves for you. Trump saves this body, our earth, and our country, and this physical body down here. Christ gives you a new body when you get up there. So I went back and forth with somebody on that in the chat, and we pretty much realized, at least I realized, that we were saying the same thing eventually. So understand that. I totally understand that it's only through Christ saves. So
That's right. Hey, Gene, I forgot to pray for this broadcast before we went on, like I usually do backstage, as I was frantically and behind and everything. So let me do that just real quick. Heavenly Father, just thank you so much for this awesome privilege to be able to broadcast live here with so many people, and them be able to hear it either live or in recording. And it's such a privilege, Lord. I just pray that only truth will prevail on this channel. If there's anything incorrect, it will be highlighted. It'll be located, and we'll be aware of it, and it'll be reprieved and corrected. I just submit this broadcast to you, and I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And guys, that really is my heart. I want this channel to be full of truth, and I want you to correct us when we're wrong, right? So with that, we'll start digging into some of these decodes here. Right now, we have number one is brand new because we put it in date order. So the one that we found that was even earlier was December 14th, 2015. Russia warns Trump of assassination attempt for October of 2016. So this is back in December. He obviously sniffed this out. Here's an article that actually talks about it. When popular truth speakers begin to seek power, they become targets of the establishment. This means subterfuge, sabotage, and potentially even murder. It happened to Gandhi, it happened to Martin Luther King, and it could happen to Donald Trump. In his book, The America We Deserve, printed in 2000, Donald Trump predicted that the September 11th attacks would happen, and 14 months before the event, accurately predicting the blame would fall on Osama bin Laden. Now Donald Trump has come so far as to seek president office. The socialists in power want him stopped before he causes any more upset to the status quo. Their method, that word I'm not supposed to be saying, but we'll say it because we know we're going to get kicked off of YouTube anyway. Assassination. So, all right. Anything on this, Gene, that stood out to you?
Yeah, again, let's focus and see Trump finishing his term healthy and full in 2024.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's we talked about a lot at the beginning of the last show on the 15 plus. Now that we're on the 25 plus, it's not to get you focusing on assassinations. It's getting you to focus on the fact that God is in control, Trump's protected, and let's vision him finishing 2024 healthy, and a Trump dynasty potentially beyond that. And because they're not only after him, they're after his family. And so we need to pray for the safety of both and see this all happen. But here's an article. You can go and see this. This will be in the show notes. Obviously, everything I have here is in the show notes. Actually, this is a great resource now where I've pulled all the pictures in as well. And I list all 26 of these, right? Plus some other things at the end. But anything else on that one?
Now let's roll. I'm ready to go, Rick.
Okay. Oh, here's a part that says Russia warns that Donald Trump is a target for assassination. December 14th, 2015. Sean what is that? Adal Tabatabai. How would you say that, Jane?
Adal Tabatabai.
Okay. New U.S. 18A Russia Foreign Intelligence report says that there is an active plot to assassinate Trump candidate Donald Trump due to the fact that he poses a serious threat to the status quo and the ruling elite. America, Russia warns. There it is right there. So plenty of actual links there for number one. Number two, we already reviewed March 26th at the Ohio rally. Right here, he gets pulled off of the stage, and Bernie even joked about it, like he was scaring him, like I showed you on the last one. Number three, we covered as well was that Michael Stevenson of Stanford was arrested. That was in Las Vegas in June of 2016. There's plenty of links there as well. Number four was the Reno, Nevada, November 6, 2016. Trump rushed off stage. I think the link we thought that might be good to show was this last one right here.
You actually showed that, Rick, but we can show it again.
Okay, I did. That's right.
Folks, while we're at it, great.
And everybody remembers that, I'm sure, as he's being rushed off. Here you have number 5 is new. This is 18 January 2017. Dominic Pupolo. What is that? Pupolo.
Dominic Popolo.
Okay, Pupolo. And then it says, man arrested after threatening to kill Donald Trump. Here's a picture of the guy. There's a couple links here. We'll show you both of them here in a second. I just want to roll down. Donald Trump, and here it is. Man calling himself Jesus Christ, arrested for tweeting threat to kill. So this is all number 5. Let's go back to the first link here.
And again, as after we see this link, look at see the vacuous eyes. You're looking at a bot again, and the thinking you're Jesus Christ, that's that skull and skull where they activate programming and they hear voices in their head.
Yeah, this is pretty wild stuff if you think about it. So this is a homeless man whose family are believed to be friends with the Clintons, had been arrested by police in Florida after producing a video in which he threatened to kill President-elect Donald Trump in his inauguration ceremony. This is the guy's last name. I see. He's 51 years old, was detained as a local branch of Subway in Miami, and reportedly admitted to officers he had posted the clip on Twitter. So interesting stuff there. That is number 5. That's new from the 15 plus or the 18 we did last time. See if this is a different article. I think it is the Sun article. Trump threat, man charged over threat to kill Donald Trump at inauguration is family friend of Bill and Hillary Clinton, who once donated 1,600 pounds to the Democrats.
16,000.
16,000, yeah. And the man who was arrested for allegedly threatening to kill President Trump at his inauguration is thought to come from a family which was close with Hillary and Bill Clinton. So there he is again. He's a big guy. So pretty crazy when you think about it. See what this says. It says photographs have emerged showing the suspect sitting near Hillary Clinton when she gave the eulogy at his mother's, Sonia's, funeral. Trying to figure out where he was. I'm not sure which one he is. Is it this big guy here, I guess? Probably so. Interesting. That looks like years ago. Dominic posted a video on Twitter saying he intended to use the high-powered rifle to make the assassination attempt. Up to 90,000 people are expected to attend the ceremony. That's what we saw all that. Wow, that is pretty crazy. And then I think that was the same. See if this is a different. Yeah, there's none of these are. I guess those are the 2 links. The 2 links we have for that. But pretty crazy. Then we also, number 6, we went into Scotland, June 17th, 2017. I forgot to ask you, did you have anything else on this Jesus Christ guy that was a bot?
No, we got that one. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, we covered this in Scotland, right? We talked about the heart attack gun. What?
The first Scotland attack.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. And this one were most likely a heart attack gun. So they're knocking out Secret Service people. Kind of scary. And then number 7, we covered this. This was the white sedan jumping out of the middle of the road right here. Just crazy stuff. How it just came out of the bushes, right when Trump was coming by. Obviously, it failed. They were going to say the brakes failed, but it was not a very successful attempt. And there's all kinds of links there as well. Number 8 was the Trump meeting at the airport with Mohammed bin Salman to oust Alawi. This is the whole Las Vegas event. We got a ton on this. We showed you the Q post last time that says, was POTUS in Las Vegas last night? It says yes, no. And then it says, why was he there? Kind of answering that yes, he was there. And it even says, track Air Force One. And you can see that if you trace it the whole day, it basically was classified, so it went off. They didn't want people to know he was in Las Vegas, but obviously Alawi and all the shooters knew, and we know there's multiple shooters based on tons of evidence. Here's a new one. Number 9, 12 October 2017, a man was charged in federal court Tuesday with threatening to assassinate President Donald Trump and blow white brains out of his head. Truck driver James Anthony Jackson issued the threats during repeated phone calls to the U.S. Secret Service office earlier this month. According to a criminal complaint unsealed Tuesday, man threatened to blow brains out, feds say. So here's a picture of the article, and you can actually link to that. Anything on this, Gene, that stood out to you?
On the previous one with Alaweed, if anybody can find I think it was on another Anon show during that time or short, maybe last year, I think, where they showed the angles of bullets that were going over Trump's plane while he was talking to bin Salman, and bullets hitting the water tower above him. If anybody can find that decode, could they please send it to me?
Sounds good. So this says in Detroit, a man was charged in federal court Tuesday with threatening to assassinate President Donald Trump and blow white brains out of his head. Truck driver James Anthony Jackson issued the threats during repeated phone calls to the U.S. Secret Service office earlier this month, according to a criminal complaint unsealed Tuesday. Now, there's a great way to get arrested for sure. Call the secret police or call the Secret Service and start threatening the President of the United States. He was born in 1984 as a hometown, but a hometown was not available. That's interesting wording. And the U.S. Attorney's Office refused to discuss the case. The case illustrates the stream of threats issued against a polarizing president. See, this is now doing the mainstream media thing, particularly on social media since Trump won the election last year. Threatening the president is a 5-year felony. Jackson in custody in Washington State after being arrested in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. That's interesting. I was born in Idaho. That's supposed to northern Idaho. I have some family up in that area. The federal court in Idaho does not schedule hearings every day, so Jackson was arraigned on Tuesday in nearby Spokane, Washington. He's being held without bond pending the hearing in federal court in Spokane, Washington. His court-appointed lawyer, Jay McIntyre, could not be reached for comment immediately Tuesday. Did you say that you thought this is the guy that got 20 years, or was that somebody else?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this guy that got 20 years, Rick. And usually when you're arraigned for threatening the president, you're held without bond.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense. Number 10 and 11 we did cover. This was Trump when he was overseas, I think in the Philippines. He was in the Philippines. And there's a couple articles that documented that we reviewed last time on those two attempts.
ISIS attempts.
Here's a new one, number 12, January 3rd, 2018. Travis Luke Dominguez, plot to kill Trump foiled. Utah man charged with threatening, and you can see right here, mass shooting against president, police, and moviegoers. So there he is, a picture of him, but a picture of Trump coming out. But a Utah man was charged Wednesday for threatening the lives of the President Donald Trump, local police officers, and civilians in a mass shooting plot during the commander-in-chief's visit to the state last month. Travis Luke Dominguez faces a 11-count indictment. That's what's interesting. You know, one indictment can have all these counts. So when we talk about all the massive numbers of 100,000 plus indictments or cases, some of those could be search warrants and non-indictments, right? Some of those court cases, but many of them will have multiple counts, and some of them can be multiple people, like we saw with Reiner and Mack, right? So that's really interesting to see that there's a ton of criminality being documented right now in all those sealed indictments. And that include 2 charges of threatening Trump and others. Each of the counts carries a possible prison term of 10 years in federal prison, according to the indictment obtained by Politico. And so there it is, 10 years per count. So that could be 110 years, right?
I think he got 30 years, Rick. And on the cue board, when you see the sealed cases, those aren't necessarily indictments, but the ones that are indictments, an indictment can carry up to the arrest documents for up to 99 people.
Wow. The threats generally involve the active shooter situation or the use of explosives. So obviously this would have been a much bigger than just one guy trying to shoot Trump. This would have been trying to take out everybody else as well. Some of these bots are very dangerous. Oh, there he is. There's a picture of him. The Utah man faces over 100 years in prison. Okay, yep, we did that calculation, right?
Sorry, I was wrong. I was thinking of another one. This guy got over 100 years. So, like you said, he could have got 110, and he got over 100. So,
well, it says faces. He faces over 100.
Faces. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's right. I thought when I looked at this case that his lawyer got him with plea bargaining down to 30.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable. Here's another article. Maybe this is the one that you had that in there, but there's another picture of him, a different picture. But again, this is real danger. This is not anything to joke about, right? It's happening every day out there. The cabal wants him gone, and it just shows you that I believe God's using him in a mighty way. Like, even if those of you who don't like his style, remember God used Cyrus in Isaiah 45, and he wasn't even of a believer. Right, so if he can use a Persian king, Babylonian king, or whatever, right, he does throughout the Bible, he can use anybody. Utah man charged with threatening to assassinate Trump. Here's a political article as well. So this one's well documented. We found all kinds of stuff. Eugene, you found all of this. This is another full article. I don't know if there's anything else you want to emphasize on this.
Yeah, I just like to, as you know, you like lots of links, so I put lots of links for people in here. Mm-hmm. And in response to the person in the chat, Vicky, yes, Alaouid owned all those top floors of the Mandalay Bay where the shooter was trying to kill Trump as well as Solomon.
And in partnership with Bill Gates.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of scary, isn't it?
Gates is actually pretty high on the cabal. He's one of the satanic top witches on the continent.
Wow.
Excuse me, witches, sorcerers.
Sorcerers, that'd make more sense. Yeah, so we saw Hawaii, and we know what was going on there. I can't remember if we saw this dark cabal launches nuclear missile at Hawaii, but there's a lot here because Q really nailed this one. Here's a Q map threat here that talks about exactly no such agency. We knew. How did we know? We went over that last time. Number 15 is new though. This is the 17th January of 2019. So we're not even to a year in his presidency and we're on number 15. Trump does not allow Pelosi and the Dems to fly. Instead, they have a long bus ride. So we talked about this, but this is more detail and more links, I think, is what we have here. Trump cancels Pelosi's flight, and you can click here, and you guys remember this probably, where she was actually thinking that she was going to come back as a president. Wasn't that the kind of the grand plan, Gene, that you were talking about?
Yes, her handler, Donna Brazil, you'll see down here in the Decode layer down, had actually tweeted that out. And in response to the person in the chat, what kind of person threatens their target publicly? That makes no sense. A lot of these bots are very injured and they crave attention. And so when they get activated, the people that have programmed them don't always realize how lonely and how miserable they are. And they'll go out and seek that attention by letting everybody know what they're going to do. And that's why that works. I mean, it's not the top assassins you're looking at that are in the 6-man teams that are Theta Link types that, that have done multiple assassinations, in the hundreds sometimes. But these individuals that are just activated one at a time are very lonely, miserable people. And so they crave that attention. And when they're activated, they'll often go and tell everybody what they're going to do.
Yeah, that is interesting. And here and we an example would be like when the missile was fired at Air Force One that we talked about last time, where the day before you had, I believe it was John Brennan on 60 Minutes.
Yes, John Brennan's exactly like that. He craves that attention, and they love, and they have the guys on top have big egos. They want to claim that they're the one that enabled the whole thing.
Yeah.
And on the person in the show notes that said that's not the same missile, you saw it being launched from Whidbey Island. The launch missile from Whidbey Island is a test missile. That's a dark gray, almost black missile completely. If you go to the missile coming into the airplane and you take a photo shot of the screen, freeze frame it and Photoshop the screen, you'll see the missile coming in as a sub-rock, which is almost all white except for the tail section, which is black and white, black and white. It's not the same missile. The one that they shot from Whidbey Island, you can see it falling down back into the water. The one that went into was supposed to go into Air Force One, you can see the F-16 take it out and completely disintegrate it.
Yeah, thank goodness for the special package, huh? That they have.
Yes, sir. And Daniel, we can see here. Go ahead with reading the tweet there. Rick,
well, yeah. Before I read it, I was going to actually say, but what John Brennan did on 60 Minutes was insinuate without actually saying it, right? And that's what I believe, and Gene and I believe, is happening right here with Pelosi and Donna Brazile. They're not saying that Donald Trump, you're going to be assassinated. They basically insinuate it. And here's Donna Brazile saying, Madam Speaker, today, President Pelosi shortly thereafter. Now, what would have to happen for her to become President Pelosi without being elected? Well, it would be both Mike Pence and Trump dead. And then they say MLK weekend is underway, pointing to MLK. What happened to MLK? Obviously, he was assassinated. Keep hope alive. And she's retweeting a Pelosi tweet as well. Pelosi accuses Trump of endangering security by leaking Afghanistan travel plans. So basically, they do a hit article on him with Pelosi there, and then Donna Brazile, who's now hired by Fox. That shows you how Fox has become controlled opposition. I don't know. What do you think about this, Gene?
Yes, and as you said with Brennan, also you remember the one on the last one. You'll see how Biden and Pelosi again were both indicating that that was going to happen again right before the rally right before that was right before the rally that you went to in Dallas, Rick.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. So these guys are what he says. These people are stupid, right? Their symbolism will be their downfall, and their insinuation of things like this, I believe, will be their downfall as well. On the 16th, we covered this one. This was the Whidbey Island one that we talked about. Air Force One was returning. Q posted these pictures of the rogue submarine, which was really the hunt for the Red October. So this was a really exciting story we covered in the last video. So don't miss that. That is really exciting, especially Gene's knowledge of how, in the end, Russia took out that sub. And there's some of that. All those links are here. Anything else on that?
Yes. As I said, that submarine where you see the Rathbone there, that's a harbor in North Korea, where it's actually at. And a SEAL team knew that was an asset, and they photographed it, and they actually did what's called marking it so that they could then track that submarine. And that's how the Russian submarine was able to identify it later and take it out. In coordination with us. And in the Q board recently, they talk about Rig for Red. Rig for Red is done in it's always in effect in sonar, because we have dark computer screens we need to look at. When a submarine comes up to periscope depth to do a fire like that, and if it's nighttime, they rig for red, so the officer at the deck, when he goes to look out the periscope, his eyes are dark adapted, or if you have to surface the lookouts, and the officer of the deck are dark adapted as well. And then additionally, it's done so that light from the control center doesn't go shine out of the periscope, and so the submarine would be picked up by a little light through the periscope. And that's why when it's off of Whidbey Island, and I said you can see the track of the submarine, what you're seeing is the wake of the submarine. That's the periscope being dragged through the water as the submarine's doing a turn coming around Whidbey Island to line up to fire on Air Force One. And so Rig for Red, again, is in control room and sonar, and it's almost always in berthing unless you're in a field day where you're cleaning the ship up, or you're in battle stations where everybody has to get up.
All right. Did you see the comment in the backstage, Gene?
The one that said I should have said, totally understand. Yeah, you're pretty much guaranteed that your assassination attempt will fail if you alert everybody in public.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. In backstage, one of our backstagers said, "Red pilled my Navy son with the last video. While we were in Turkey coma, I played video. Around number 8, he asked, 'Who is Q?' Laugh out loud. Just been telling him since 2017. So isn't that awesome?" So,
yes, and on TJ Tornado, are you Mick? Is that the one I talked to? If we are, you're awesome. You're amazing. Or the SWAT team or the Special Forces person I talked to lately. And hi, Grun. It's been a pleasure chatting with you as well.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. You guys have a community, and Gene's like connecting with a lot of. I didn't realize we had so many subscribers that were such special people and such great patriots, very high level and red pilled for many years and active in this war, this civil war, silent civil wars. Really exciting, and it's a privilege to have you guys here. And so that was a whole, I think there might be a few more links here that we might have missed last time. So feel free to grab the show notes. Again, you get these show notes at blessedwiththe2teach.com. Blessedwiththe2teach.com. They all go in WordPress really nicely. So I think you guys will enjoy those. You can get on the email list to get me. I'll email them to you after they're done each night. The Russians finally, I've been behind lately on my show notes. I apologize for that, but we'll try to get
on this submarine one at the very bottom there's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, those 2 links are where you can see that where Pence was called back when he was on his way to New Hampshire, and then to the White House. And then the link below that is where Putin was called back because, as you can read there, 14 Russian sailors die in submarine fire.
Wow.
At the same time, so when the media said, "Oh, nothing happened," oh, what is just an absolute Q says, at what point does it become coincidence, become mathematically and just statistically impossible? Putin and this, missile launch, all of these occurring at the exact same time frame. Wow, that's a lot of coincidence.
All right. Awesome stuff. Here we are on number 17. We went over that. I read this Anon Decode of number 17, and that's a second Scotland one. That red pilled me on that because I didn't know. I thought it was only one thing in Scotland, but there's 2. Number 18, 11 August 2018, Jeffrey Boyd, QAnon referenced by a man arrested for threatening to kill Trump. So this is new from last time. Arrested for threatening to kill Trump. A man charged with illegally making threats against Donald Trump and the Trump family made several references to the QAnon conspiracy theory. This is where they try to link it back to us, right, with a hit article. Obviously, the Daily Beast trying to do this. Pennsylvania State Police arrested Jeffrey Gardner Boyd, 55, on July 31st in Berwick after finding a loaded handgun and ammunition in Boyd's truck. Boyd is charged with 4 counts of making terrorist threats to kill Trump, daughter Ivanka Trump, son Donald Trump Jr., and son-in-law Jared Kushner. Boyd is pleaded not guilty at his arraignment, is being paid on $1 million bail. His attorney didn't respond for questions for comment. Anything on this one, Gene?
Yeah, he's being held on a $1 million bail.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Pretty crazy. And so that was just something you found just recently then, I guess late at night after I missed all these extra ones. So
yeah, I was looking for the one you were talking about, the white sedan, and I found all these other ones. They come out of the woodwork. Yeah,
wow. Here, number 19, we did cover the Navy veteran William Clyde Allen III sent a letter containing castor beans to Trump. Right, so that...
If you scroll back up to number 17, somebody said we skipped it.
17, yeah, 17 we covered last time.
Covered it. That was a paraglider infomercial.
Yeah.
We covered that last time. Okay, sorry, Rick, go down.
No problem. That's good. 18, 19 we covered as well. 20 we covered as well. I did pull in the Q post here. We talked about Viva la Resistance and Viva versus Vive, and talk about James Comey. I can't remember if we brought to this or talked about this, but
yeah. And so Vive, Viva. In Spanish it's Viva, and in French it's Vive. And so when it was, in the news in France, it said "Vive la Resistance." That was an article that was published, and actually an ad, which they often communicate through ads. And that's James Comey is activating a bot team, and that we were trying to assassinate Trump when he went to the cemetery, and they had a lookalike go there, and that lookalike was tackled to the ground. They had the lookalike go there so that they could get the shooter.
Yeah, this just confirms that the Secret Service had nixed it, right?
Yeah, you see the lookalike there actually in the cemetery. There he is.
Whoa. It says President Donald Trump sends against the headstone during a American, what is it, commemoratorium ceremony Sunday. Again, I think he did go there the next day or something, though.
He also went there the next day, yes.
Yeah. Number 12.
Went there the day before.
The day before. So this is January 4th, 2019. Trump warned by Putin. This is the gun battle in the White House. So we talked about that. That's pretty crazy. This is the one that went down into the dumbs. Is that right?
Yes, it went all the way down into Iron Mountain. And then the tunnels that going out from those that go, one goes to Camp David and one of the other one goes under the Potomac, and they went under the Potomac. And that was the Marine team that was there to assassinate him. And then I can't find, if someone can send me the decode. I had information and they hacked my computer and deleted it, so I couldn't put it in. These 16 Marines that were trying to kill him, which they killed, they went all the way out under the Potomac, were headed by another singular man at his Marine squadron, his Marine platoon out at, and they were actually stationed out at Camp Pendleton, which is kind of unusual, but they did arrest that other man who was also planning to go in by himself. And I can't find that article because they hacked my computer.
Wow. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Number 22 here, we covered Vietnam summit ended early. We did the MSM. We didn't get to hear much about this. I know. When I listened to Kirsten's show on this, you said something about an MSM analyst or something, or
yeah, an MSN analyst went in, and I had this as part of what they hacked out of my computer. And I had the article that an analyst actually looked at information that was there while they were in Vietnam and posted the information on that assassination attempt and why they were actually leaving. And that MSM analyst has not been ever seen again.
Wow. At least going live on. And so is that something that you can share, or you don't feel comfortable right now sharing that?
Until I can actually verify, the story by getting the story again and seeing the person's name and seeing if they're still alive or not. I doubt it, but
Right. Okay.
I hope so, because they're obviously a patriot if they're putting it out there.
Yeah. Number 23 here, we covered this as well. This is the Alabama SUV. This is the funny story where Gene and I were saying, he's saying we're the black SUV that tried to ram the trunk motorcade. And I go, that wasn't a black SUV. And we were arguing, and we found out that we were talking about two separate events. So we already reviewed the white car coming out of the bushes. Here's one where they should show. I guess this may have just been there. Weren't there three vehicles behind this one, Gene, or something like that?
What happened is a black SUV jumped through the median from the oncoming direction, ran through the barricade, hit the bottom running rail of the Beast, which is more powerful than a tank. Essentially, it's got 4-inch thick armor coating, bounced off and careened and took a whole bunch more of the center line guards out, and the other vehicles you see are part of the motorcade.
Right, so we only get to see the very end of it here.
Yeah, there's the motorcade going by.
And we hear the crash, and we see him come all the way over. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so I know we showed that last time. Sorry, I'm being a little duplicative. But that's just kind of a wild stuff going on. 24, we saw this as well. March 29, 2019, a man claimed to be late for dinner with President Trump. Was pulled over by Virginia State Police. who found a handgun, gunpowder, and 300 rounds of ammunition in the vehicle. And he basically said he was late for dinner with Trump and was going to...
And, interesting to state that he's late for dinner and they caught him early in the morning. It shows how a lot of these spots are so lost. Not only they're very depressed and, injured individuals, and they need our prayers and help. And I've helped reconstruct 3 brats. Had one that turned on me and attacked me and witchcraft me, made me pretty sick for a while until I realized that she had turned on me. But he didn't even know what time of day it was. He thought he's late for dinner, and so he's arrested in the morning, going 130 miles an hour because he thinks he's late.
Yes. I was sorry, just reading Jason's... I've been following Q and voted for Trump in his book, The Way to the Top. On page 188, Trump talked about his Kabbalah teacher. I found this strange. Interesting. So I guess on page 188 on The Way to the Top, he talked about a Kabbalah teacher.
The Kabbalah and the Cabal are not the same thing. The Kabbalah is sacred geometry and mathematics and science that the Cabal turned around and flipped inside out and upside down like they do everything.
Okay. I gotcha. All right, so we covered that. That was number, I can't remember what number that was. Okay, where's my, there it goes. my Word document disappeared on me for a while. So now we're on 25. This is new. We talked about this last time, but we didn't really have much detail on it. So it says this is the October 18th, 2019 Dallas, Texas rally. I was there. I got kicked out. So they were being very aggressive. I had all my Trump stuff on. I took my Trump stuff off and had all my Q stuff on after Trump started talking. So it wasn't easy for them to tell me to take it off beforehand. I got nervous and I was looking around, so I imagine that's why they spotted me. They were probably looking at everybody in the crowd. And they came and didn't tell me to take my hat off. They told me you've been ejected. So you know that story. Remember, both Biden and Pelosi Decode on Rick shows of 3 and 7th October called for a hit. This was a 6-man MK Ultra team. If you watch the rally, you will see 2 times that Trump points out attempts by women during the rally. The first, he comments how fast law enforcement is. On the second, he points over his left shoulder and then immediately gives a thumbs up when the woman was stopped almost instantly. Anything else on that, Jane?
No, that's pretty good, Rick.
Yeah, and so here's a Dallas police arrested armed man in body armor outside of the Trump rally. So the 6-man teams can be outside, inside. Is that right? Or do you think?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There was a man caught going in, 2 women caught on the inside, as we stated during the last time, and 2 others caught waiting on the outside for after the rally.
Wow. And that could have been real bad stuff. Kuru, all kinds of stuff. Plan was not just to kill Trump, it was to harm everybody. So kind of scary when you think about that. And when I was there with a bunch of other great patriots that are probably listening to this right now, I think we had several fly in for that, and I don't know, 7 to 8 of us were there together. Number 26, latest, 18th November 2016, Trump's food tester. We covered this in quite detail last time. And it looks like Trump's, you think he's completely recovered from that now?
Yes, the healing that can be done now with the technologies is pretty amazing, especially for people that are way up there like Trump. So I'm sure they've completely cleaned his body up from that binary compound that combined to create probably cyanide inside him. Unfortunately, they couldn't get to the first tester in time, and he did die. But the second one now, from my understanding, is okay as well.
Yeah, that is wild how. And then you were talking about there's also a Melania with her perfume potentially near the same time. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So now we get into, if it comes back to life, here it comes. We will dig into other related situations that Gene documented. I didn't blow this up to be as large as I wanted to, but Gene, the first one is November 15th, 2016. An Ohio man was arrested for allegedly tweeting that he wanted to kill President-elect Donald Trump. 24-year-old Zachary Benson of Cleveland was interrogated by the Secret Service after he tweeted this just before Trump was officially declared the election winner. My life goal is to assassinate Trump. Don't care if I serve infinite sentences. That man deserves to decease existing. He turned himself in Thursday and was charged with making a threat to a successor of the presidency. There's a link here as well. Guess it's a video.
Which Ty says only pay for what you need with Liberty Mutual.
Yeah. I'm not logged in, obviously. I don't know if you want to watch this, Gene.
An Ohio man was arrested for allegedly tweeting that he wanted to kill President-elect Donald Trump. 24-year-old Zachary Benson of Cleveland was interrogated
it's
by
short,
the
so we'll
Secret
go ahead.
Service after he tweeted this just before
So this
Trump
is
was
when you
officially declared the election's winner.
it's just a threat,
My
and
life goal is to assassinate Trump.
they're still evaluating whether to serve this person and take him for sentencing.
Wow.
Benson apologized and says he deleted the tweet the next day, realizing he had
Another
gone too
bot,
far.
you can tell by
He
the
turned
look there.
himself in Thursday and
That is interesting, isn't that? Wow. Seems like all of these, it's just crazy to think that we have that evil in this country. And so
There's so much, Rick. There's so much. I
Mhm.
mean, that's why they let the clones and things run around, because they need to out all these people.
Here's actor Tom Arnold raised the prospect of another JFK-style assassination after Trump arrived in Dallas, Texas for an event at the American Airlines Center last night after Trump tweeted a video of the huge crowd that awaited him with the words, "Just arrived at the American Airlines Center in Dallas." And here he is. Look at, "Don't get too cocky, traitor. They showed up for JFK too." Woo, that is just crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing how they let the stars just get away with this. Of course, I think that's going to be temporary. We're not going to see that happening much after 2020. Have Robert De Niro doing the same thing. And Whoopi Goldberg and Jordan Bayar and Roseanne Barr. And wow, they're just, and, as you'll see here also a little bit, Johnny Depp and, all of these satanic stars are just able to run their mouth and threaten our president. And, I really don't care if, you don't agree with the president or not. Even if it was Obama, you don't have the right to go assassinate people. That
is for sure. It's right by Rosie O'Donnell. Go ahead, Gene.
One of God's commandments is we don't kill.
Yes.
So, you take them to trial, journey by their prayers, and then if they're found guilty, then the proper justice can be ascertained and dealt with. But it's not under us to take, unless you're protecting your own life or the life of innocence, like in a military situation. It's not under your jurisdiction and to violate the laws of God.
For sure. A threat by Rosie O'Donnell, October 23rd, 2018. Rosie O'Donnell makes a dangerous threat against Trump, and the Secret Service might not get involved. Isn't it about time to lock up the likes of Rosie O'Donnell, who has made repeated subversive threats against the sitting president? I imagine this is the, I'm not sure if this is the Rosie O'Donnell one here or the Johnny Depp. Another Hollywood star joked about killing Trump, but there's no one laughing. So yeah, this is the Johnny Depp one that we move into. Anything on Rosie? Gene, do you have anything else on Rosie? I've lost audio on you if you're there. Looks like we just lost Gene out of the his Zoom must have just crashed. So we'll keep on rolling. He's done a great job documenting this, and I'm sure he'll be back soon. I will have to unmute him when he comes back on, though. A throat by Rosie O'Donnell, October 23rd, 2018. We just read that one. And here's the Johnny Depp one. Actor Johnny Depp on Thursday became the latest U.S. celebrity to invite controversy by making a thinly veiled allusion to the killing of President Donald Trump. Pretty crazy. And that's what I just opened up right here. Here is the actual, I'm sure some of you remember this event where he actually talked about it.
We work really hard and we're kind of...
Darn it, commercial. So I'll put that on deal and play that and see. We'll read some of this down here. Actor Johnny Depp on Thursday became the latest U.S. celebrity to invite controversy by making a thinly veiled allusion to the killing of President Trump, asking the crowd at the, the Glastonbury Arts Festival in England, when was the last time an actor assassinated a president? Obviously talking about John Wilkes Booth, right, from more than 150 years ago. Let's see, here it goes.
It's going to be in the press and it'll be horrible.
Actor Johnny Depp knew what he was about to say to a crowd in the UK would get a rise out of people.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
There you go. Here's Gene. Let's see what's going on with him. Just 1 second, guys. Hey, Gene, you okay?
Yeah, they've hacked me and our internet's been taken down.
Oh, wow. Okay, do you want me to put you on speaker? Do you mind?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So his internet's down. So they don't want this information going out, I would guess. All right, Gene.
Restarting. My wife's getting everything. Hold on.
All right, so we'll continue here, but that was Johnny Depp, obviously there. Then here Gene actually did some dark web research. Oh no, first we have this guy, Fox News host talks Trump assassination right here. So Gene, they can hear you on the phone if you want to say anything here, but I'm just going over these. I just went over Johnny Depp. Now I'm in this news anchor, trying to see if I can find. I don't think I have a link to. Oh, there it is. I think this is the link. Hopefully, thought we had a link to the. Well, I'll gather that and try to get that in there. But again, it was a Fox News host. You probably remember this. Kevin Jackson
and,
just.
My wife is attempting to get our internet restarted. So, thank you for those that hacked us and dropped me offline. It's like the military. We say you're on target when they're shooting at you, but shooting back at you. Thanks for letting the entire audience and everyone know that this information is not wanted to be put out.
Yes. And so this Fox News contributor was Kevin Jackson, just floated one insane theory. Oh boy, this Unger guy. He's basically the guy from Young Turks, right? So that's where he did part of the Young Turks, where they are kind of out of control a lot with massive progressive thinking in that show. The Young Turks is a disaster. They're classic to watch though during the presidential election of 2016. It's just to see him freak out was quite amusing. So here's so Gene found on the dark web this another assassination.
Yeah, I found initially a threat, and so I traced it back and found a Daily Beast article that references somebody else like myself that found it. So for those that do want to go on the dark web, you should have a virtual shield because it's a criminal offense. Otherwise, they'll contact you, and I do it for research purposes only. It's a very disgusting place to go because you can see children being auctioned and snuff films with them and all kinds of terrible things. So unless you really feel the need or you have the need to go there, not a fun place to be. But I did find this there, and then I found the links to this Daily Beast article, so you don't have to see the dark web stuff.
Hey Sharon, Scoop's on. I just saw that. Thank you for being on as the moderator while Gene's working on his internet. So we see, but this is the whole website about this. An image from the Terminate Trump website on the dark web shows crosshairs superimposed over an image of the president-elect. Terminate Trump / screen grab right there. All right, so you see that this is not a joke, guys. This is not a joke. That's why we need to be praying for him. Again, envisioning him successful and healthy all the way through 24 with another Trump dynasty right behind him. All right. Also, a simulated incident. A political fundraiser for Senator Sandoval simulates an assassination attempt against a mock Donald Trump deck out in Mexico garb. Looks like a man pointed a fake assault weapon at the fake president to pose for a picture, WCIA 3 reporter Mark Maxwell said in a Twitter post. Here is the article for that. Gene, it's so great for you to. Thank you so much for giving me all the links. You know, I'm one of these skeptics who want to see everything documented. So it really.
Yeah, I understand. That's how I actually go at finding information. I start utterly skeptic, and my viewpoint to doing research, and this is what I recommend, is to assume your information you're getting is a lie. And your job is to prove that that's so, and try to prove it. And that's how I started red pilling in 1990, starting August 22nd. I arose to this conclusion that everything we know is a lie, and we've been lied to. And so I then, knowing and being in military and knowing intelligence, you follow the money, so I followed the money, and unfortunately for me in the world, I found out, it's worse than I thought. It's not just lies, it's a massive satanic conspiracy, and it's far worse than I had even dreamt of it, or nightmared of, rather, at that time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, we do have less than 10 minutes left here, and we're just about done. I wanted to show you guys real quick a couple things on blessedteach.com that is happening here. A couple Black Friday things that I think you guys will enjoy. Again, I think I've talked to you. I talked to quite a bit of people on email lately as well, that I do not consider myself a pastor, okay? I love the Bible. I love teaching. I think the name Blessed to Teach is basically based on because I get blessed when I teach, because it forces me to go research things like this right now on truth. It forces me to go research the Bible more than I would normally. So I get blessed from that. And so that's where the name Blessed to Teach actually comes from. But if you go to, again, my site, the Blessed to Teach website, which is blessed2teach.com, there's a lot of things you can do. First of all, the show notes are right here. You can click on here and you can see they render extremely nicely. Right here, and you got linked to the Alexa Pure as well as the food. Again, we'll talk about that here in a second. I know, Gene, that there's a lot of potential threats coming and chatter that we need to be prepared for, and that's why we did the survival thing with Gene. We'll probably do some more of that in summary later. But that's you can also kill two birds with one stone. If you want to actually email me, again, I'm behind on my emails right now based on this new feedback I just asked for. But you can send me a here and sign up for the Blessed Teach list and get these show notes sent to you each night after the show, right? And then also here you have the Culture Impact System. I've reopened up the cart because a lot of people didn't realize how this was built for busy people. It's only an hour and a half of time per week on average. Each of the lessons is only 5 to 15 minutes. And so I've reopened that up for people to go and look at again, it's built for busy people. A lot of the reason people didn't join. And so several people asked me to open it back up. So it's opened back up. We're not gonna finish until early January. So you have plenty of time with a couple hours a week to catch up and become part of that community if you want to do that. And it's, again, 15-minute, little 5 to 15-minute lessons. I know Gene's taken the course as well, and then also something that it's not massively. Did you find it very time consuming, Gene, the Cultural Impact System, or could you knock it out in a couple hours?
Actually, I can't make it go faster than it goes, so it only takes me the time that the videos are.
Right.
But, I do read quite fast, not as fast as some of the people. I sent them an 890 word page document on Mark Coulter, and plus about 10,000 pages of other stuff. They get back to me in 2 days. I'm through all that. I'm not that fast, but, I can go through that 890-page document, in about probably an hour or so. So I do read pretty quick. So, it's really easy to go through, and it's very quick and easy and not hard to understand. You did it really well, so it's not a difficult thing to understand whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's so I'm just real passionate about getting more of us together, etc. I'm also going to have a couple of scholarships, just FYI. So if you want to just send me an email right here, and you can outline 2 paragraphs. One paragraph about your financial need. Obviously, some people are retired on fixed income. As there's going to be a scholarship to get that $797 package for $797 package for $97 that scholarship will be, I'll have 4 or 5 of those. So we're basically going to do a reset and start this on Cyber Monday here. And again, send me an email about your financial need as well as why you want to take the CIS. So people that are really passionate about the CIS that don't have the means can get this scholarship. There's going to be a limited amount of those scholarships, but this is where you'd email me right here. Also, 2 other Black Friday ideas. Backstage has a 30% off right now, as well as 30-day free trial. So you can go check Gene's content, exclusive content that we're going to be doing a couple times a month. Also other content from like my son Josh, as well as just all the other features like Searchy, etc. There's like 5 other features that you can go see on that. So go check that out on again, this all is on blessed2teach.com with the number 2. And lastly, the store. All 5 or 6 designs that we have now with pillows or t-shirts or sweatshirts or coffee cups or pillows, or there's even some blankets now that my team put up. But these are these really unique designs, like the Where We Go On one design, right? You got designs like the Trust the Plan design, right there with the cross, right, and the flag colors. And you've also got the pillow. You can see that. You got this Trump 2Q. There's a lot of Trump 2QQ things. There's like 3 designs. This is one of the designs here. You can just see so many. And again, you can get stickers, etc. There's also this Trump 20 2Q with a cross in there. I thought that was really unique. So anyway, 5 different designs, all different sizes and different items you can customize to your Black Friday list. All right, so those are the things I just wanted to cover real quick on all that. And then Gene, the last part we have is just a little bit more stuff and then a prayer. And
okay, so I just wanted to mention for those listening on the survival things we went through before, Ron Hood's course, Ron Wood Hood, that's available on YouTube. If you put in Ron Hood, Wood Hood Survival, you can see that first course. All those are for free right there. And that first course is the one that goes into the mini kit and the maxi kit.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm on live again. Okay. Hanging up my phone.
Okay. So I need to just real quickly go back here. Perfect timing for the prayer for Gene on backstage. I need to go unmute him though. I unmute people at the end as well. There's Gene. Let's see. Unmute audio. I've got you, Gene. You there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Boy, does that sound better.
Sorry, it took me a while. We had completely run a virus block. They were hacking into the computer and trying to destroy everything again, like they do when you're talking about things they don't like.
Yeah, wild. And so the last thing we covered was the Democratic simulation of an assassination attempt. That's pretty wild. Any comments on that?
I was a senator that, that should be treasonous to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
As a senator that did that as part of his campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also this on regarding D-Class. Will D-Class expose Trump assassination attempts? And this is the last thing.
Yes, that will, because the FBI turned over another 30,000 of Hillary's supposedly deleted and bleach bit and lost emails. Those were turned over. They were found in a secure location, actually hidden location inside the Oval Office itself. That brings the count to 96,000 Hillary emails, and they will show that Obama, as well as Hillary, as well as the senators and other people, are actually guilty of plotting to assassinate the president.
Wow, that was going to be wild. It's going to be a wild next year, isn't it? I'm hope. Any idea whether you think some of that's going to be coming out before or after the election?
I believe that it'll come out after, but I'm now getting rumblings that Nassari and Jasaria may be starting before, which I thought I would never see that before the election, is getting ready because North Carolina is passing a law saying that the gold standard and gold coin is allowed as legal tender. Utah and Wyoming and a third state, I can't remember off the top of my head, has already passed that law, and 2 countries have passed that law. So they're getting rid of getting ready, it looks like, to get rid of the Fed. And if they do that, and the IRS is reduced to an accounting agency for the new federal income tax, not income tax, excuse me, sales tax on non-essentials only at 14.7%. I imagine we might be seeing a whole lot more. It says that the war is going a lot better. I know they have the upper hand right now in California, and they're getting better and better and more control of that as well. And then the one that was going under, for the person in the chat that is in the Grand Junction area, the Grand Mesa in Colorado is just about cleared out and done as well. Those huge dumps, they're working up in Michigan, going into the tunnels, go under Lake Superior to get up into Canada. And also indictments cases are getting ready to be brought up on Trudeau as well. So the war is going a lot faster, and I thought, Christ is winning in his army of God, of course.
Amen.
Of course. And so with the power of Christ and God, the war is going really fast now, along with all the massive help we have from all over. Wow,
that's exciting. That's exciting. Well, this time, you read your prayer last time. I'm going to read your prayer this time, if that's all right.
Yes, please, sir.
All right. Psalm 91, God, our protector, whoever goes to the Lord for safety, whoever remains under the protection of the Almighty, can say to him, you are my defender and protector. You are my God. In you I trust. He will keep you safe from all hidden dangers and from all deadly diseases. He will cover you with his wings. You will be safe in his care. His faithfulness will protect and defend you. You need not fear any dangers at night or sudden attacks during the day, or the plagues that strike in the dark, or the evils that kill in daylight. 1,000 may fall dead beside you, 10,000 all around you, but you will not be harmed. You will look and see how the wicked are punished. You have made the Lord your defender, the Most High your protector, and so no disaster will strike you, no violence will come near your home. God will put his angels in charge of you to protect you wherever you go. They will hold you up. They will hold you up with their hands to keep you from hurting your feet on the stones. You will trample down lions and snakes, fierce lions and poisonous snakes. God says, I will save those who love me and will protect those who acknowledge me as Lord. Whether they call to me, I will answer them. When they are in trouble, I will be with them. I will rescue them and honor them. I will reward them with long life. I will save them. Unquote from Psalms 91. We ask this protection for our beloved President Donald Trump in the name of the one true living God, the Holy Spirit, and his Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, Gene, would you mind saying a quick prayer as well to wrap us up?
Yes, thank you. In response to the one person, what I said about Grand Junction area is Grand Mesa up above Grand Junction. There's a huge base. As you drive up the highway to Grand Mesa, you'll see all the pipes coming, the ventilation coming out. That's being finished. The clearing out of that is being finished now. So, thank God to our troops as well as our beloved president for bringing it into the satanic cabal. We pray for the protection. We pray for the protection of all our great patriots, for those wonderful Anons like Rick and True Reporting and Red Pill and all of those wonderful patriots that are bringing the truth and God's truth. And Cordicom, we hope that you get fully healed, and we ask for the continued healing and safety of our president, his family, all the patriots fighting for humanity to save our lives and to save the countries of the world from this evil Satanist cabal. And we ask for your protection, your knowledge, your truth, your wisdom, and your discernment to show us your truth and to show the lies of Satan and his minions, and let us discern what is true and what is not. in our lives, in our minds, in our spirit, in our body. And through the power of your Son, Jesus Christ, lift our souls up unto the new earths, heavens, where we will be blessed with eternal life. We ask for these prayers in the name of the one true living God of all love, light, compassion, and creation, the Holy Spirit, and your beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. All right. Hey, thank you guys. I know we went a little over the hour here, but I think nobody minds when we have Gene on. So Gene, thanks again for your awesome work here. This is 25 plus attempts on Trump's life that Gene's done a great job just detailing out. This is an updated Gene Decode here on the Blessed Teach Show on Friday, November 29th. God bless you guys. We love you, and we'll catch you next time. Anything else, Gene?
Yes, Al Murray and anybody else in Colorado, contact me at my Gmail. If you get to Denver, we could meet like I did Rick when he was here. And also I do get out in that way, was just out through there last month. So contact me and we could hook up and, exchange information, truth, and love for God and Christ.
So I have these 2 Yahoo ones. Are those the wrong ones, Gene?
Paulo Sensei 64 is actually at Gmail. That's my Gmail, not Yahoo.
Interesting, because I copied that right from.
Yeah, so Paulo Sensei 64 at Gmail.
Okay. Anyway, I copied that
That's
right.
what I prefer people to go to because I have a lot of my files and things already, so I can send you thousands of hours of research right from there.
All right.
Let me know when you contact me what kind of information you're wanting to know.
All right. So this is the preferred email here at Gmail, guys. All right. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend and a great, a whole Black Friday slash Cyber Monday thing. Most of all, Merry Christmas. We can say that now. God bless you guys, and we'll talk to you next time.